that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at them right now and say, let's get away from them entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
First down, Seattle.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Push him back.
To throw is Wilson. Short throw to Disley. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. That's going to be caught by Nick Ballore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. This is Carson. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's now 4th
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep is DeAnthony Thomas. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
At the 37-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
Check it back, check it back.
Back. He's coming. We got double up. Hey, check 24.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. It was Jaron Reed who got him down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Now Jackson going to throw again. Snead's got it. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. Third down here. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with. So
they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Third and long, it's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
I'll go special.
48 Mike. Screen. Watch the screen.
To throw is Wilson. To throw again. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
At the 40-yard line.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Short throw to Disley. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. On the delay, here's Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This from 54 yards away. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know, maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Good. Alert. Hey, check, Mike.
Here's Wilson. Short throw to Disley. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
They go play action here on first down. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
A gain of 4. It's now a 2nd and 6.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson. And this is taking him one-handed. What a catch. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. And to give this time to the tailback. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on 4th down.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 50 seconds to run.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Heavy on the edges.
From the 17, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. David Moore there to make the grab. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's got Snead. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ingram again, and an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Draw play, Ingram now. And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now Jackson, he uncorks it for Snead. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Check, 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 check.
Check 24. Watch 24. Shoot.
Check, check, check.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Read it well, and it's picked.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
We own this. We own this.
They run again with Carson. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check, 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 check.
To throw again, Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trey Flowers picks it, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
36-yard line.
We got a plane to catch.
Green 80!
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
And they take a knee.
Wilson on the field. It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So the victory here for Seattle, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.